You know it's time to hire again. In fact, you probably should have hired someone a few months ago. Work has grown, the demand is there, but your margin hasn't caught up yet. And it's not that you're afraid of taking risks, you've done it before. It's that you feel stuck because hiring, onboarding, and shifting responsibilities means changing things. And you don't want to upset your existing team, mess with the flow you do have, or lose things that are working in your business right now. So you hesitate, you wait, you keep juggling. Meanwhile, you've got too many people doing the same kind of work, while other critical areas are stretched thin. One person holds all the knowledge in their head. If they're out, progress halts. Another is your right hand person, your jack of all trades. They can handle anything you throw at them, and you count on them for everything. But the truth is, they're running at full capacity, and burnout isn't far off. Everyone's working hard, but the structure underneath, the one that worked when your business was smaller, just isn't built for what it's carrying now. And without realizing it, that outdated structure is slowing everything down. If this sounds familiar, let me be clear. It is not because you're a bad leader. And it's not because your team isn't showing up. It's because your business has evolved, but your team structure hasn't. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that before it burns you out or stalls your growth. Now, before we go any further, let me say this. If things feel heavy or misaligned in your business right now, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're a bad leader, and it definitely doesn't mean your team isn't working hard. In fact, most of the time, this kind of friction isn't caused by failure, it's caused by growth. Here's how it usually starts. In the early days, you hire someone to take a few things off of your plate or someone who brings skills that you don't have. Maybe they're a great assistant, a designer, a jack of all trades who just gets things done. Everyone wears multiple hats. You all pitch in. There's no formal structure, just loyalty, grit, and a whole lot of figuring it out together. And for a while, that's enough. It works. But then your business grows. You get more clients, you take on bigger projects, you add more people to the team. The pace picks up, the stakes get higher, and what used to work starts to show its cracks. That everyone pitch in model, it becomes the very thing holding you back because the team structure that helped you grow to this point wasn't designed for where you're headed next. It's like trying to run a modern business on an old engine. What once powered your growth is now stalling your momentum. You're pouring high performance work into a structure that was built for survival mode. And just like an engine, if the parts aren't working in sync or if they're being asked to do too much, it overheats, breaks down, or starts draining way more energy than it should. You feel it in the day to day, constant check ins, team confusion, missed handoffs, or worse, you're the one who ends up stepping in to fix it every time. I worked with a business owner who had incredibly loyal employees. One in particular, let's call her Abby, had been there from the beginning. Abby was dependable. She could take on anything. She started in one role, but over time, she was doing 5 different things. And here's where the tension really showed up. When it came time to hire again, the owner felt stuck. She didn't want to take anything away from Abby, her longtime team member who had been there from the start. She didn't want her to feel replaced or to lose the parts of the job that she actually loved. But in reality, Abby was stretched thin. She was doing way more than she was originally hired for, operating outside of her zone of brilliance and carrying too much of the load. Once we restructured the team, everything shifted. Abby finally had the space to thrive in the role that she was the best at. And the new team members, they could take ownership of the rest. It reminds me of a garden. When a plant outgrows its container, it doesn't matter how well you water it or how much sunlight it gets, its growth is stifled. But replant it in a bigger container with more space, more structure, and it thrives. It grows stronger roots. It produces more fruit. That's what clarity does, not micromanagement, not job titles for the sake of it, but clarity that helps everyone do their best work and helps you finally step out of the role of being the glue holding everything together. So let's talk about what this outdated structure is actually costing you. Cost number one is stalled growth. This is probably the biggest concern for most business owners. When your team structure doesn't evolve with your business, it limits your ability to meet increased customer or market demand. So instead of growing, you keep operating at the same level you've been at for a while, actually missing opportunities to serve more people, make more money, and increase your bottom line. Cost number two is team frustration and burnout. Your best and brightest can give it their all for a while, but if they keep taking on extra responsibilities, solving team problems, and covering gaps without clear roles or support, they're going to burn out. And eventually they'll start asking themselves if it's even worth it. The very thing you're trying to avoid, making changes that might upset your team, ends up pushing them away. Cost number 3, keeping you stuck in the weeds. You can't lead strategically when you're constantly needed in the day to day. Your team still needs you to pitch in, not because they're not capable, but because the current structure doesn't optimize your team. It spreads people thin, creates gaps, and pulls you back into the tasks you shouldn't be doing. It's like being a doctor stuck at the front desk answering phones. It's not bad work, but it's not the best way to grow your business or serve your clients. At the end of the day, it leaves you involved in too many things and trapped in the business instead of leading it forward. So let's talk about what to do instead. The fix? It's not starting over, it's realigning. You don't need to fire your team or overhaul everything, but you do need to shift from a we all do everything model to a structure built for next level growth. Here's how to start. Step 1, clarify roles. Get clear on what work needs to be done, both for today and to move your business towards your long-term vision. Ask yourself, what are the core functions of the business? What responsibilities are essential to growth? Step 2, realign responsibilities. Once roles are clarified, group responsibilities in light categories and assign them intentionally. If you want to grow someone into leadership, maybe they're your next team lead, you'll need to take unrelated tasks off their plate so that they can go deeper into their zone of brilliance. Step 3, identify your next 3 strategic hires or internal shifts. Even if you're not ready to hire today, know what roles are coming. That way, when the time and budget align, you're ready to hire intentionally and not reactively. This also helps you to redistribute the work smarter in the meantime. This isn't about controlling everything, it's about creating clarity and capacity for you, for your team, and for the business you're building. So if you're feeling stuck in the weeds, even with a team, it's probably not about your people, it's about the structure. You've outgrown the old one, and it's now time to build the next one on purpose. If that resonated with you, here's what to do next. Take the free quiz I created to find out what stage of business growth you're in and what to focus on next to lead like a CEO. You can find the link in the comments below. And if this video helped you, hit like and subscribe and share it with another business owner who's ready to stop being the glue and start building a team that actually moves the business forward. And hey, before you go, drop a thumbs up in the comments if you've got someone on your team who's doing way more than their original role. You're not alone, and this community gets it. See you next time.